Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here, and we have Clay Clark with us. And I'm really excited about this, not just because I'm going to be part of the Reawaken America Tour coming up this coming weekend in South Carolina, and there's so many more of those, but because I actually spent some time with Clay. And whereas a lot of the quote-unquote alternative media or alternative right-wing media is talking about Elon Musk being a hero, one of the things that he's been doing is highlighting not only the transhumanism aspects via his mRNA involvement, but also uploading your consciousness via AI. And he's allowing me to speak about these subjects at this tour. So, Clay, first of all, thank you for allowing me to do this, and thank you for bringing this to light as well.
Well, I think the thing that you and I share in common, we've never talked about this off air really, but is that I'm unapologetically seeking the truth and to save this nation. And I know that that's something I've observed from you, is you want to save this nation, and you're not afraid to expose the truth, even if it's embarrassing for Republicans or demoralizing for Democrats. And so what I wanted to do today, if I could, I wanted to play a couple sound clips and then tap into your wisdom about what they mean.
Absolutely. I'm very excited. And that's what's been really cool about this relationship. Last time you came on the show, you played a clip of Yuval Noah Harari basically talking about the new religions coming out of the tech and Silicon Valleys. And I then took the full clip and did a whole video on that, because there's so much more to these small clips when you do bring them into perspective. So go for it, my friend.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play 5 clips on today's show. And it kind of my goal here, again, is I want to educate people about just 2 main ideas. There is a book called The Great Reset. That's the plan, okay? The plan is called The Great Reset, all right? That's the plan written by Klaus Schwab. And then there's these characters around Klaus Schwab. There's many characters, but I just want to introduce people to 4 characters today. There's Klaus Schwab. There's Yuval Noah Harari, okay? Then you have Elon Musk and Grimes. Okay, so Klaus Schwab, Yuval Noah Harari, Elon Musk, and Grimes. Here we go, hit and play.
With all the current issues on our agenda,
This is Klaus Schwab talking.
we tend to forget that we are in the midst of the 4th industrial revolution, which accelerates global change in much more comprehensive and faster ways than the previous 3 revolutions.
So kind of in lightning round fashion, if you had to describe to your listeners, because I'm late to the party, I've only been discovering what you've been discovering for, maybe beyond a decade in the last 2.5, 3 years. How would you describe the 4th industrial revolution or the Great Reset to the average person who's never heard about it before?
Well, I would say that it is the extension of an already real globalist New World Order agenda of the regimentation of all human beings into not only global governance, total track, trace, and database, but that becoming a part of you, right? Not just the Internet of Things, but the Internet of Bodies on the road to a very real transhumanist agenda. And that transhumanist agenda includes, at the very end, the virtual age, where human beings will be expected to upload their consciousness or no longer exist in any respect at all, Clay.
Okay, let me hit the next sound clip. Here we go.
Well, I think maybe in a couple of decades, when people look back, the thing they will remember from the COVID crisis is this is the moment when everything went digital. And if this was the moment when everything became monitored, that we agreed to be surveyed all the time, not just in authoritarian regimes, but even in democracies. And maybe most importantly at all, this was the moment when surveillance started going under the skin. Because really, we haven't seen anything yet. I think the big process that's happening right now in the world is hacking human beings, the ability to hack humans. Humans are now hackable animals. The whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit and they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will, that's over. Free will, that's over.
How do you process Yuval Noah Harari? Who, again, I'm just being candid with the listeners here. I don't think that the average listener previous to COVID-19 knew who Yuval Noah Harari was, even though he's been talking about this crazy nefariousness for a long time. And I know on behalf of me and people that are like me, we were probably so caught up in the things of the world, growing companies, growing families, I don't know, watching New England Patriots games, that we probably had no idea who Yuval Noah Harari is, but yet Bill Gates and Obama and Zuckerberg, they all praise him. How would you describe who Yuval Noah Harari is for the people out there that have never heard of him before?
Well, I would actually say that he's just kind of one of the many prophets of this transhumanist agenda, which in some cases is a complete and total post-human future, right? I've been talking about especially Gates in my film, not only Invisible Empire and New World Order Defined, but Shade the Motion Picture. I spent 20 minutes on the guy and his geoengineering and bioengineering and what they were doing there. Why? Because you could go back to people like Ray Kurzweil, whose many predictions have come true over the years. The man who has talked about a singularity. And he'll tell you that eventually we're going to upload our consciousness to become beings of light. This is a guy, if you watch a documentary from 2004 called The Worldwide Mind, for instance, he talked about how he's going to resurrect his dead father via memories, and together they're going to travel really the universe or multiverse together as whatever they want. You're seeing that now in this transgender agenda. That's about non-binary, zeros and ones. You can supersede your human form. And even Kurzweil doesn't go along with this Malthus 101 or even a post-human future in many ways. But over a decade ago, Clay, he was actually put in charge of Google's immortality division. It is called Calico. It is still in business. And that is why people have to understand that Google, NASA, their partnerships with the military-industrial complex are really the driving force of this transhumanism.
Well, let me hit play on this next clip. It's just every time I hear these things, it's mind-boggling. And so what I've done is every time I hear someone like yourself or Dr. Tenpenny or Christian Northrup, and by the way, folks, just housekeeping note, Myrtle Beach, the event you're speaking at, is 100% sold out. So if you go to time2freeamerica.com, time2freeamerica.com, you won't be able to get tickets to that, but you can watch all the events for free. And I'm not attacking any other patriotic event that occurs where they might charge per view, pay per view. I don't do that, though. I let people stream the events and watch them for free. You just go to rumble.com and search for Thrive Time Show. Also, I don't take any income or salary from these. And I'm not attacking anybody who does take an income or salary. What I do is I put all the chips on that location, on that venue. It usually costs me about $300,000 to $400,000 to put together an event. And then I trust that the Patriots will buy tickets for whatever price they can afford. And so what I'm trying to do through this is to reawaken America and to amplify voices like your own there. And so whenever someone like yourself speaks at our event, I am learning all the time, things that I previously did not know. And so I have documented all of that at time2freeamerica.com, time2freeamerica.com. That's also where you can go to buy tickets. So if you want to follow along and see any of the video clips shared on today's show, just go to time2freeamerica.com. They're all listed there. I'm going to play the next audio clip here. And again, just housekeeping note, Myrtle Beach is sold out. We're going to Virginia Beach in July. And Don Trump Jr. just RSVP'd. He'll be speaking at that event. That's the Reawaken America tour in Virginia Beach. That's in July. Don Trump Jr. This is, by the way, the first show that I've announced that he will be joining us in July. So this is just in. He'll be joining us in July. And then as we go in August, the final event that we have confirmed at this point will be in New York. And people always ask me, well, how do you decide what speakers get to go to other events? Well, first off, I have to invite somebody, and I hope that they say yes. So President Trump has Peter Navarro. Trump has 6 guys very close to him, okay? Don Jr., Eric, Trump, Peter Navarro. He's got Peter Navarro will be General Flynn. He also has Dan Scavino. He's got these people that are very close to him. I reach out to these people and ask them, would you be willing to speak at the event? It's totally their decision whether to speak or not. But then I also make sure that the everybody who presents at the event, they share facts that you can't find anywhere else. And so if they share facts and they want to come back, we invite them back, and that's how that works. And again, folks, you can name your price to these events, and you can get your tickets at time2freeamerica.com.
Hey, everybody, Jason Bermas here, and what you just watched was a small portion of my interview with Clay Clark. You can see the full 30 minutes in two places. You can either go to rockfin.com/Jason Bermas, or you can check me out over at Podbean in both video and audio form at theinfowarrior.podbean.com. And remember, I am going to be speaking at his event this weekend in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So please support Clay and the Reawaken America Tour.